What's going on, YouTube? Rukari here, back with another episode of Our Life in celebration of Pride Month. I believe when I ended this last, I chose that I was nervous but fond towards this strange little boy that joined my help. Begin step 1 at nervous fondness. Yes, we're gonna go with it. Achievement unlocked, childhood friendship. At the breakfast table the next morning, you finished your food faster than usual. Your sister Lizzie had run out earlier to go play, but you'd stayed put. Today, just like your moms had promised, Cove was coming over to hang out. That's right, in the last episode, we met our little neighborhood friend who's feeling anxious about his new home, and I have no idea what voice to give my moms. They're gonna keep changing over and over again, because I'm terrible at remembering these things. Excited to see your new friend, Rukari? You nodded, smiling slightly. Achievement unlocked. I'm nervous. It's just reality. How sweet. I'm so happy he moved in. Thanks for the vocal cue. Okay, with that said, are you done with your breakfast? My bowl's empty, so I nod. Good job. He should be here soon. Cleanup began, and then on cue, there was a knock. It was hesitant, like the person wasn't sure they were in the right place. Still loud, though. We need to get a more obvious doorbell. I know. Rukari, could you get it? Wiggling out of your chair without really pushing it back, you made your way to the door. Hey, cat family, thanks for having us. I keep wanting to give you a surfer dude voice. Mr. Holden, as your moms have called him, and his son were here. Cove looked different in the bright light of your living room, and when he wasn't crying. With his dad standing in front of him and mommy behind you, you and Cove looked at each other. Pleased to see your new friend again, you smiled at Cove. He smiled back with some hesitation. What kind of thing? Oh, crystal beads all the way. I didn't even read the other options really. I know there was like shells and braid, but crystals! Shiny rocks. Do you want to see my room? Is that my child voice? Okay.
Take care.
Let us know if you need anything, you two. Have fun, kids.
See you.
See you later, son. Play nice. You led him to your room, puffing out your chest a little bit at the sight of your treasures. There were lots of stuffed animals, a cool bed, a window to look out of. I love this room. The blue is I wish this was my room. It was a great room. You hadn't had anyone to show it to in a while, but you were really proud of it. He leaned in a little closer to one of your drawings on the wall. I like this. Thank you. You're welcome. You smiled at him. You were proud of that particular piece of art, and you were glad he noticed it. He turned to look around the room a little more, studying the books on your desk and the pictures on the wall. Do I start to feel a bit nervous? I felt the atmosphere was kind of awkward, glad for the company. I'm just gonna hope he likes my room, because I like my room. You put a lot of effort into making your room as nice as it was. You hoped he didn't say anything bad about it. Then his eyes landed on the tiny box of beach things you'd collected, tucked away by your door. He took a step towards it before hesitating and pointing at it instead. What's that? Hoard of stuff I found on the beach.
Oh.
Do you have any driftwood in there? Dragging the box into the middle of the room, you and Cove flopped down next to it. Yeah! You gestured to a piece at the bottom, still covered with specks of sand. Neat. This is a good collection. You get the sense from the tone of his voice that he wasn't just saying it to be nice or to be like Shiloh. He actually meant it. Shiloh is coming over. Shiloh? My sister's friend. He wants to, meet you. Do I have to see him? It'll be okay, I think. Here, I found the shell in a log, and he pulled out seashell after seashell, explaining where you'd gotten each one and holding them up against the light. There were big ones, small ones, pink, purple, and orange. Most of them you'd washed off in the bathroom sink when you brought them home, cleaning off the sand. Over the past, you'd even learned some of their scientific names. Probably not. I just like the pretty rock and shells. If it was minerals, yes, absolutely, but not for seashells. The collection was so huge and varied that you had lots of funny stories to tell for all of them. Nah, I probably would just be like stuttering and stumbling. My voice faltered a little bit, but I kept going as best I could and probably talking way too fast for anyone to understand. You were really proud of your shell collection, and it made you happy that Cove was interested in it too. Apparently fascinated either by the stories or by the shells themselves, Cove listened with what looked like the full force of his attention. It was a new experience to be the center of such dedicated focus. But Cove hadn't been mean to you, so you didn't mind. You smiled at him every now and then, while showing him your collection. Kids, come down to the living room! You could tell the idea was making him unhappy, but Mommy wasn't giving you much of a chance to hang around. Cove hadn't been like this meeting you. You guessed it was because he thinks you found each other by accident, not that a parent made it happen. Mr. Holden must be right that telling Cove his dad was part of that would be a bad idea. Before you knew it, you'd both been escorted downstairs and deposited in the living room, ready for Shiloh's visit. The two of you sat side by side on the floor of your home's entryway. I brought the box of shells. I want to keep looking at them. Okay, great? Not great, but you should have asked. But I'm not, just be careful. Okay, just be careful. I will. You weren't sure if you could trust someone else with your treasures yet, so you stayed next to him while he opened the lid and peered inside. Cove reached in and pulled out a big orange shell. Oh. Like he hadn't spoken aloud yet, he turned to you and held it up, his eyes shining. I think this one is the best of them. That's my favorite too. I like a different one best. I can show it to you. You can take it. Cove looked at you in surprise, his eyes going wide. Really? Sure, you like it a lot, right? Uh-huh, but I don't want to take it from you. It's okay. You got the impression he was hesitant to accept something because he didn't know you very well. I'll let it go. Okay. You didn't want to pressure Cove too much. It was supposed to make him happy, not nervous. Plus, Cove was your neighbor now. Maybe you could give it to him another time. The two of you were still sitting on the floor looking through your collection of the beach findings when the doorbell finally rang. Cove jumped, startled by the sound. Since the person hadn't knocked, you figured it was probably Shiloh. He knew where to look for that. Lizzie's friend? You nodded, but that didn't seem to make Cove feel better. Oh boy, poor kid. It was already obvious that Cove didn't hide his feelings well. You could tell what he was thinking right away. This isn't a good idea. I'm sorry, there's nowhere to go. He's at our only door, and if you go upstairs, he'll find you. Cove glanced around the room, his eyes wide, and finally paused with his gaze locked onto the back of the house. I can go out the window. He was already walking towards it. Scrambling to think of something to say, you stepped forward, then paused. Do you want to break your other arm? Shiloh is the least scary person alive. Cheer up, Shiloh's gonna like you. Please don't get hurt. I'll come with you, good idea, let's go. No. I'm just gonna tell him that Shiloh's the least scary person alive. Every single bunny rabbit is scarier than Shiloh. But I don't want to see him. I don't know him. I'm gonna be encouraging. Trust me, you'll be okay. Okay. Because he needs confidence. He doesn't need someone to baby him. Shiloh poked his head into the living room. It was impossible to know for sure if he'd heard what you'd been saying or not, but you guessed that he had.
Hi.
Hi, Rukari. Hi, Cove? Cove shot you an uneasy glance.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm Shiloh. It's nice to meet you.
Yeah. You have a lot of freckles.
Right. I do. What are you guys doing?
We're looking at shells.
Can I do it too?
Oh, he's so cute!
Awesome. Can I do it too?
Cove shrugged, then looked back at your box of beach findings. What about that one? The plan for the afternoon, at least as far as you were concerned, was to sit and look at the beach things some more. You weren't really in the mood to do much of anything else, especially if Cove was having fun. You held out a recent find to Cove, a scallop shell that washed up on shore. It's a pretty color, kinda like my cast. The beautiful glittering pink did look a little bit like the wrap around his arm.
Pink is a nice color.
Okay,
Oh?
Is it your favorite?
not really.
What is?
Maybe green or blue. It might be yellow.
No, those are all cool.
I guess.
Sweet bean.
They're both sweet beans in their own different way. Cove is just dealing with a lot right now, and he's really shy, and sometimes when you don't know how to handle big emotions, you tend to just have no emotions. Which is not good, but it's understandable. I guess. Not sure how to deal with suddenly more awkward silence. You look back at your cells. Nope, we're just gonna fill the silence. I like those colors too!
Awesome.
Both of them smiled. Like usual, it didn't take long for Shiloh to get fidgety. Lizzie was his favorite. With her around, Shiloh didn't seem to know what to do with himself. Or without her around, sorry. And Cove wasn't like your sister. He wasn't that much like you either.
Is Lizzie coming back?
Don't know.
Oh. Where'd she go?
I think she's at the beach, probably.
Is she playing at her park?
Cove's eyes lit up at the mention of the park, and he looked towards you. There's a park?
Yeah, but it's old.
Can you show me? I want to go. He started getting up before you had even answered, and Shiloh jumped up beside him in excitement.
Really? You do too, right, Rukari? The park is fun.
Yeah. I love it. I do love the park. It's pretty great. It's a park. It's fun. It's nature and stuff and swings.
Yeah, it's right at the beach. There's lots of fun stuff to do and lots of sand.
It has a jungle gym and a bunch of swings. Ooh, swings. That sounds like it could be cool.
So, where are we gonna find Lizzie?
I don't know. I never really wanted to see her. I just want to check the park out. Adrift without any direction, Shiloh finally turned to you. Okay. He perked up. Both boys wanted to go. It was only fair. After getting permission from your moms, the three of you were ready to head out. It was a short walk to the park. Lizzie had convinced your moms that it was so short she should always be allowed to walk there by herself. I don't have that kind of chutzpah. When you found her, she was hanging on the jungle gym, swinging back and forth. Hey, Lizzie. Her face lit up when she saw you, her big brown eyes going wide. Rukari! Shiloh!
Hi!
She dropped to the ground and landed with a soft thud in the sand. In a split second, Shiloh had abandoned you two and scrambled over to stand by her. You were used to being left out when it was just the three of you, but now Cove was here. You wondered if he would leave too.
Who's that? It's Cove. He's new.
Hi.
I remember. Hi, Cove.
Welcome to my park. Nobody ever comes here to play, so this is where we get together. She gestured widely with her arms as if to present the area to the newcomer. While Lizzie continued talking, you took the chance to kick off your shoes and wriggle your toes through the warm sand.
Nice, huh? In this neighborhood, I'm the one who comes up with the ideas.
Rude. I have lots of big ideas. I just am not good at saying them. You are?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I am.
Who else could handle the job?
Lizzie is the oldest.
By a lot. My mom said you're Rukari's age.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thought so. I'm still the only one in this group with double digits.
What about other kids?
Other kids?
There aren't any. We're the only kids around here, and Shiloh is just visiting from another place. Not even tourists really bring their kids here. This is the land of ancients. Be careful that the oldies don't try to steal your youth.
Oh.
For a second, it looked like he might cry again. But something in his eyes shifted, and he looked back at Lizzie. What kind of old people? Like moms and dads, or grandparents? Grandparents who don't have kids. They hate kids. Why? We haven't done anything. Only some of them don't like kids. You interject quickly, hoping Lizzie won't take things too far. Cove sniffled, his forehead creasing with worry. Lizzie was staring Cove down, but Cove wasn't even looking at her anymore. He didn't seem to care that she was there. He went into his own head. Shiloh was the next one to speak, completely unaware of the situation.
I met Lizzie and Rukari in school. You'll see tons of kids there once summer is over.
I don't want to go to a new school. I don't want summer to end. Shiloh looked down to the dirt. He hasn't had much luck striking up conversations with Cove.
I like summer vacation a lot too.
All the building tension in the air suddenly vanished when Lizzie laughed. At Shiloh's discomfort, at how weird she thought Cove was, at something else entirely you didn't really know. But she laughed, face scrunching up.
Okay.
Welcome to Sunset Bird Cove. Take a seat, put your feet up, and get used to it. You offered him a small smile, and that, at least, looked to reassure him some. For the rest of the summer, Cove was always there. You saw him more often than Shiloh, and on some days when she was in a bad mood or busy, you saw him even more than Lizzie. He became a staple of your everyday life, the way sun and lunch and the beach were. During your first summer together, you really liked Cove. He was a fun person to play with, and he seemed to like playing with you too. Of course, that was only the start of things. Oh, crap.
Okay, it looks like we've got a lot of different options on our plates going forward, so I think I am going to choose what it is we do first with our new friend in the next episode. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you liked that video, go ahead and leave a like, and if you want to stick around, maybe consider subscribing. I make new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday, and sometimes I'll throw an extra series in on Fridays, like this one for Pride Month. I hope you have a great day, and I will see you all next time. Goodbye!